Hello everyone, today we're going to be continuing the reading of Blaire Wilson's second book by Jennifer Castle. Chapter 12, Sauce Day. Happy birthday, dear Eli, we all sang on Monday afternoon. Happy birthday to you. I leaned over to Thea, who was sitting next to me in our circle on the carpet. I can't believe Eli's birthday was yesterday. Why didn't he say something at the farm? Because he's a man of mystery, Thea whispered back. Eli didn't want our class to do the what I admire about Eli part of the birthday circle, so as soon as the singing stopped, he started handing out the treats he'd brought. My mom made chocolate chip brownies, he said, passing the first one to Lucas. He began making his way around the circle. I got up to get a cookie from home. But suddenly, Eli was next to me. These are actually dairy-free brownies. They are? I couldn't hide my surprise. That's really nice. Thank you. I took a brownie. Thank my mom, Eli said, shrugging and moving on to offer a brownie to Thea. I told her there was a girl in my class who couldn't eat dairy, so she found her special recipe. I took a bite. It was delicious to be eating the same thing everyone else was eating. As we walked out of school that day, I caught up with Eli. It was really nice that you told your mom about the dairy-free thing, I said. Not everyone does that. Well, it was nice that you invited everyone to your farm, he replied. So, why didn't you tell anyone it was your birthday yesterday? It felt weird to make a big deal out of it, he said, with one of his famous shrugs. Besides, I was already having a good day. It was fun to hang out with everyone, especially Abby and your brother. Beckett said you were really nice. Eli smiled. I like little kids. I have a bunch of younger cousins in California. I miss hanging out with them. Wow, that was the most Eli had told me about his family. I started to ask a question when Eli said, "See you tonight." And with that, he disappeared into the crowd, heading for the buses. I smiled. Were Eli and I becoming friends? I rushed home to help Mom and Dad prep the tomatoes. By the time all the Sauce Day volunteers had arrived, Mom and I had the tomatoes ready to simmer, and Kat and Grandpa had sterilized all the jars. My classmates gathered in the bistro dining room. Who's ready to make some awesome sauce? I asked, and everyone cheered, including the grown-ups. Having everyone together, ready to make something big happen, gave me a flutter of excitement. All right, I continued. Thanks for remembering to wear bandanas. Hair is not one of the ingredients in awesome sauce, Eli said quietly, making everyone laugh. There's a team list at each of the prep stations in the kitchen, I continued. Find your spot and make sure you wash your hands before we start. Let's go! Mom led the group into the kitchen, and everyone took a moment to look around. This, a boy named Mark said, is the shiniest kitchen I've ever seen. This used to be the house's living room, if you can believe that, I said. Everyone washed up and found their stations. Dad, Kat, and Grandpa were each at one of the chopping stations, and Mom was at the stove. I darted around the room, making sure everyone had what they needed. At the onion table, I handed out swim goggles to Thea and the other kids, so their eyes wouldn't tear up from chopping. Thea put on her goggles, held up an onion, and said, I come from planet Sostron. What are these strange food items that make earthlings cry? Then Thea leaned in and whispered to me, Isn't it time to start your Operation Awesome Sauce playlist? What makes you think I have a special playlist? I asked. Thea raised an eyebrow at me. Because you're Blaire, you always have a special playlist? I smiled at her, then found my tablet and speaker and started the music. Before I knew it, everyone was singing along to the first song, and the sound of chop, chop, chop added a beat. At the carrots table, I saw Eli and David joking about something again. "Hey, Blaire," David said, calling me over. "Eli just came up with new lyrics for that song. Do it again, Eli." Eli looked embarrassed for a moment, then took a deep breath and started singing to the tune of the song's chorus. "Carrots, carrots, they give us all the feels. We got kick and we got crunch, and we also have great peels." Everyone burst out laughing. "Eli, that's perfect," Thea said. "Hey," I called out, "let's have a vegetable theme song contest. My grandpa can be the judge." "Only if the winning team gets a pass on cleanup," Joey answered. "Deal," I said. A few minutes later, Joey's team sang their song. "Zucchini, zucchini, you can eat it in a bikini. Don't confuse it with a cucumber. You should really call it squash. It's the color of an alligator, but it really tastes top-notch." I started cracking up and glanced back over to the carrots team. Wait a sec. Eli wasn't peeling carrots anymore. He was holding up his tablet and taking video of the rest of his team doing all the work. I went over to his table. Eli, I said, tapping him on the arm. "What are you doing?" Eli shrugged. "I want to take some video of Sauce Day. Is that okay?" Sure, I guess. Just don't get in anyone's way." "An interview's more interesting if it's in the middle of the action," Eli replied. "Well, just for a few minutes then. We really need everyone to keep chopping." But Eli didn't seem to hear me. He was circling the table taking video of his group working on the carrots. Then he started interviewing Lucas. I went to the back of the kitchen where Mom was at the stove overseeing 6 large pots of simmering tomato sauce. "How's it going?" I asked Mom. "Great," she said, waving a big wooden spoon at me. "We'll be ready for veggies in about 5 minutes." "Got it," I said, turning around. "Oof." I bumped into Eli. "Sorry," he said from behind his tablet. "I was just getting footage of the sauce." "Be careful," Mom said. "This is very hot." Eli backed away. "Right. Are the carrots ready?" I asked Eli. "Carrots? Not sure. Let's go check." Eli put his tablet down. There were still a dozen carrots to peel and chop. I sighed, picked up a peeler and a carrot, and got to work. "Wow," Eli said. "That's the fastest peeling I've ever seen." "My mom taught me," I said. Then I smiled. "We used to have races to see who could finish first." "So did your mom inspire you to do this project?" Eli asked. I kept peeling as I answered. "She inspired me to like cooking, but it was Abby who inspired me to do this project." "Tell me about it," Eli said. So I told him about Abby and how I realized she'd like veggies if she had a chance to try some, and that my goal for the sauce was to help other families at Helping Hands try new foods too. I looked up, expecting to see Eli chopping, but he was holding his tablet. He hadn't been helping at all. He'd been filming me. "Eli," I said, totally exasperated. "Blaire, it's time for veggies," Mom called to me. I looked around the room to see that all the other teams were done with their vegetable prep, but there was still carrots to chop. I called Thea and Rosie over. "Can you guys help finish here?" They ended up short-handed. I glared at Eli, who was facing the other way, interviewing Kat. "We're on it," Thea said. I turned to see that Eli was headed for the stove. As Mom moved a pot of tomatoes to another burner, Eli started walking toward her. He was totally going to get in Mom's way. I raced towards him, but I stumbled, knocked into Mom's shoulder. She lost her hold on the sauce, and the pot tipped over. All 3 of us jumped back as hot red liquid started spilling out. "Whoa!" someone shouted. Thinking fast, Mom grabbed the pot and was able to set it upright again, but most of the sauce was now on the floor. It looked like a volcano had erupted and lava was oozing through our restaurant kitchen. No, 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 no. This couldn't be happening. We'd never get 100 jars of sauce now. Mom, Dad, and Kat raced to start cleaning up. Grandpa gathered the other kids out of the way. Eli had backed up against the wall, wiping sauce off his tablet. Was that all he cared about? I stomped over to him. Look what you did, I snapped. Now we're not going to have enough sauce. What I did, he asked. You're the one who made it spill. But you've been in everyone's way today, I shot back at him. Doing that video stuff instead of helping. Yeah, Christina added. It was kind of annoying having you in our faces with your tablet while we were trying to work. Maybe you don't care about this project, but we do, Sabrina chimed in. Eli looked at Sabrina, then at me, then at the tablet in his hand. Without saying a word, he took off, past the rest of the class, out of the kitchen. I heard the front door slam. Everyone was silent for a long time. I'll go check on him, Dad said, and left the room. I turned to Mom, feeling like I was going to cry. She put her arm around me. Okay, chefs, Mom said. Unexpected disasters happen all the time in professional kitchens. Right now, we need to finish the sauce so we can fill the jars and get them sealed. Mom leaned close to my ear. Everyone's going to follow your lead here, Blaire. I knew what she was saying. Even though I felt like giving up, I had to keep going. We couldn't let one mistake ruin the whole project. I picked up a bowl of carrots and did my best to smile. Come on, let's finish Operation Awesome Sauce. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 12. I kind of feel bad for Eli. Blaire sort of just snapped at him. I mean, I get he wasn't helping that much, but I think it was still really cool that he was trying to do some footage and stuff like that to make Blaire's day a little bit more special, but that kind of backfired, I think, for him. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. See you soon.